If Downs doesn't make it either, so you don't get Styles and you don't get Downs.
We don't know these things, guys. You never know. All right, friends, I am joined by the great and powerful Fran Duffy, our all-city draft expert, who you can also catch on PHLY. You don't have to, but just because we may not be the biggest fans of the team or the city doesn't mean we can't support our friends. Thanks for joining us, Fran. It's good to see you.
Great to see you, man. It's been a great week, right?
It has been a great week. I love this. I love this stuff.
This is a great event.
I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you and I are sitting here because
Yep.
I told Clarence and Jesse to go away because I just want to draft.
That's right.
You know, we had Jerry Jones talk. We got all sorts of stuff we got to do on the show, but I'm like, hold on, let me just go do my draft stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys get out.
That's how I
We'll
feel.
just hang out. From a Cowboys perspective, I'll just start off hot.
Okay.
If you could put together what you would think would be their ideal scenario for what they accomplish in the first round, how does a draft look? Who makes it to 12? Who's a pick that you think makes sense at 12 and at 20?
Yeah, I think that I really like Avion Terrell. I don't think he's going to go 12. I think Sonny Styles is. I think that ship has sailed.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If Avion Terrell goes 18, you feel like an idiot.
Well, that's a valid point, and that's where it will come down to how they view him internally, right?
Right.
Like if they view him as worthy of that, then you do it.
Yeah.
Just the whispers in the wind, like doesn't seem like he's going to go that high. But it's going to be really the fact that Sonny Styles, I feel like, has definitely like played his way into the or I shouldn't even say played his way, but like what you're hearing from this week, how he's interviewing, he's not making it out of the top 10. And so if Downs doesn't make it either, so you don't get Styles and you don't get Downs.
We don't know these things, guys. You never know. Okay? You can dream.
Yeah, I think Downs has a better shot at making it to 12 than Styles does.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
I think I do too.
History shows that the safeties fall more than the freaky athlete linebacker.
And he's not, and like Downs is, I love Caleb Downs.
Yes.
I love Caleb Downs. He'll be a top 5 player for me.
Right.
But it's not like he breaks the system as a prospect,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
Like if you had more Ed Reed to him,
Yep.
then like, sure, he might go number 2 or number 3. I think he's an awesome player. I think he would fit great in Dallas. I think he'd be our nickel in a Christian Parker defense, not a deep safety. And I think in that way he can disrupt the game a ton. But the fact that people are starved for offensive linemen, pass rush is so important. Sonny Styles exists. I'm with you. I think Downs is the one that maybe, and probably not.
Yeah.
But maybe.
The way I look at it too is we just saw Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese on Thursday do the entire battery of tests, right? Run the full gamut, do everything, position work, field work, the whole deal. We didn't see Downs do it the next day for a reason.
Because he wasn't going to run a 4.3.
He wasn't going to blow it up, right? And so I think that's the only knock on Downs is that he is not like this overwhelming physical talent. And so when I think of, guys like Malachi Starks, who, was kind of viewed in a similar, I think Downs is a better player, but viewed in a similar light where he's a really good football player, great ball skills, great instincts, great intangibles, but fell to the latter stages of round 1. I don't think that's how far Downs is going to fall, especially in this draft, but I think it's more likely he will fall. But let's say he goes 10th to Cincinnati. Let's say he goes 9th to Kansas City. Then does that, and if Styles definitely goes, like, does that bump Ruben Bain down? Does that bump one of the other pass rushers down? And maybe that's the best case scenario.
And I wonder this about Ruben Bain, because I would still, I'd be happy to take him at 12.
Yeah.
I'd be somewhere between happy and thrilled with Ruben Bain. And I'm not even sure where I'm playing him. Like, Cowboys defense now, is he going to put his hand on the ground as a 4-eye inside of a tackle and do the wrestler job with his little tiny arms? Is he built to be a stand-up rusher who drops sometimes? I don't even know which one it is.
Right.
But I love him.
I love him.
So just put him in and, hey, coach, where's he going?
He fits so many of the markers when I look at, like, all the Will McClay drafts.
Yeah.
Going about, what's it, like 2014?
Yeah.
Right? Something along those lines. Toughness is one of the toughness, physicality. That's like one of the hallmarks of every first round pick. And that's like the number one trait for Ruben Bain is like the toughness, intensity, all those football character intangibles. So I definitely think that he's a guy that fits.
I wonder, do you think there's any sort of change happening with the, whatever you want to call it, the thresholds, or, because like a lot of people, if your arms aren't 33 inches long, you're not playing the edge for me.
Right.
And we've heard from the Cowboys defensive coordinator very recently about what he wants from his down guys. And it's we want to reestablish the line of scrimmage. We want to play a gap and a half. We want to play with our hands, with our feet, with our eyes. And I'm like, you're not painting me the Reuben Bain picture.
Right. That's correct.
And I don't care.
Right.
Because he's really good.
Yes.
But with the, I almost forgot where I was going because I'm ADHD as hell, and I will just take myself off of the question I was asking. But like from the measurables perspective, he will be a massive outlier in terms of how long his arms are and where he's going to be drafted. Probably one of one.
Yep.
But we can watch him on tape and say,
tape's good.
Show me where it hurt him.
Yep, no question.
Show me the first time you find somebody who is like this and is blocking Reuben Bain, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yep.
It doesn't exist.
And it's not like he waited until this year to dominate. He was doing that as a 17, 18-year-old freshman at Miami in the ACC, like dominating guys at the point of attack, tossing them to the ground. And it's like, all right, like, and that's what I always say about hand size at quarterbacks, arm length at tackle or at pass rush, like all this, all the measurable stuff. It's not a problem unless it's a problem. And it has not been a problem for Reuben Bain. He's going to be an outlier. I think I put it in the draft guide on Thursday night. It was like, we haven't seen a guy with that short of arms go in the top 100.
Right.
He's going to go in the top 15.
Yeah.
He might be going in the top 10. He might go in the top 5.
Yeah.
So I think with Reuben Bain, he is going to be the outlier there. But I'm not letting it bother me.
What if there are no corners drafted by the time that the Cowboys pick?
Well, listen.
Who's your number one?
Terrell. Avion Terrell.
Okay, he's my number 2. But I like that. We're close enough. Open your hand for me. Open it for me.
Open.
We're close it up for me.
South. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Who's your number 1? Is it McCoy?
Delane.
Okay.
McCoy would have been 1 or 2. I think my notes on Jermod McCoy are number 1.
Yep.
I'm cheating right now.
Okay.
I have him as my 3rd corner because I've been through it. The Cowboys love a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Usually in a 2nd round pick.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
They love it. And not working out right now, I get it. He wants to put the best stuff he can out, and he thinks that's in a month or whenever their pro day is going to be. What if he rolls an ankle before that one?
No question. What if he wakes up? What if he's got a head cold and he just doesn't feel right? He doesn't feel 100%.
If you didn't work out for me 14 months removed from injury and something goes wrong and you can't do it 16 months from injury, he still might be the best corner in this class.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want if I could play fantasy for a minute and I'm a general manager, I say, guys, someone else gets to be that hero. It ain't us.
Let me ask you a question, because you've put me on to the trends with especially the 2nd round pick with Dallas, where it's like
Jerry said he's done with that, by the way.
Oh yeah,
he said we're done with the red shirt. We're not doing red shirt.
Okay,
guys, we're not doing that.
All right,
but yes, they're ACL kings.
Well, so let me ask you this though: do you think the fact, because this is the first time we've seen them have 2 first round picks?
Yeah.
Do you think that the profile of number 20 is going to closer match the typical 1st round pick, or the 2nd round pick in the past, where it's like, hey, like maybe it's a guy that slides, Mesidor slides because he's old.
Yeah.
McCoy slides because of the ACL. Someone slides because of character. Something like that.
Okay, so the hard part about that question is in this draft, I don't know who I would call it a slide for.
Right. That's fair.
Like Akeem Mesidor a month ago, I didn't think for sure was going to be a 1st round pick, and now would 20 be a slide? I don't know.
That would be
Is Keldrick Falk at 20 a slide?
Wow, yeah.
Probably. Like, I know you love him, so in your mind, that's probably a big slide.
Right, yes.
And to some people, it's like, that's probably where he goes.
Should go. Yep.
So I don't know who at 20 is a slide, because I think putting the top 20 players together in this draft is hard.
Yeah, it is.
And so I don't know. When the Cowboys, when they get to 20, I guess it all depends on what happens at 12. Because what I'm kind of looking for is, what do you think is a good combination of?
Right.
And I hate that I'm even asking this question, because to be very clear, Cowboys, I demand that you sign a starting caliber corner, safety, pass rusher to be opposite Ezeraku, and linebacker that's next to Overshown, that you can go play football. I demand that you sign all of those so that I don't have to ask the question this way, because you're supposed to be able to draft clean and pick the best player.
Yep.
But if they can't, what I'm looking for is like the best combination of either pass rusher, linebacker, corner, safety.
Yep.
Those 4 positions, 2 guys between 12 and 20, and I'm looking for that best combination.
Yeah. I mean, I think Thieneman from Oregon is a perfect fit in that system.
Either is a deep or is a nickel, right?
Yeah, I think that to me, I like him more as a deep personally. I know
do
there are
too.
some that like him as a nickel.
People yell at me in the chat. Can you tell me if you're on my team or the chat's team? I love Thieneman. I think he's a really good, well-rounded player.
Yes.
I think at nickel, where I'll just keep referencing things Christian Parker said the other day, where it's like, cover? Yeah. Play the run? Sure.
Yep.
Blow up RPO screens? Like, I don't think that's him.
Yep.
I don't think he's a thumper, and people are like, yeah, he is, and I'm like, he will make the tackle.
Yep.
But he's a grab and drag down tackler.
Right.
He's not you want me to be the enforcer down here in the box and at the line of scrimmage. I don't think that's him.
Yeah, I think that so he showed a decent amount of that the second half of the year when he was at Purdue. So 2024, he was like he started his career as like post safety.
Yeah.
He was a ball hawk, center fielder. And he started the season that way early on in Purdue, and then the second half of the year they start like we got to move him around. We got to get him closer to the action, closer to the ball.
Yeah.
And you saw more of those plays. But with his dimensions, like that's not necessarily his strength. That's not a superpower for him going into the league. And honestly, like from the coverage end of it, I know like there's comparisons to like Cooper DeJean, and maybe that's for complexion reasons.
Melanin purposes.
Yes, right. Vitamin D reasons. When you're looking at DeJean, like DeJean was a legitimate outside corner in the Big Ten for 3 years.
Right.
Like awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome cover guy. And in the NFL, like plays outside a corner.
Yeah.
I don't know that Thieneman's like that level of cover player. Like he's hyper instinctive. I think he can match at times. Zone stuff like great, but if you're gonna play man on third down, like I don't know that I want him. You're going up against the Cowboys and go CeeDee Lamb. Like I don't want Dylan Thieneman matched up on CeeDee Lamb.
No.
So I don't. To me, like I
don't want Downs either.
Well,
but I think he has a better shot at it.
Right.
And I think he's more suited for we're closer to the line. I'm going to make plays in the backfield. I think he's more suited for that.
Yeah.
And I think Thieneman's probably better as a deep half or even solo back there range and reacting. And so I think him at 20. That fits.
Yeah. So let's say, all right, so let's play this out. So if Thieneman, because I feel like Dallas, that might be the ceiling for Thieneman. I feel like Dallas might be the ceiling for Mesidor.
Yeah.
So let's say, all right, so if Bain falls to them, all right, then maybe you're going Thieneman at 20?
Yeah, Bain and Thieneman.
Bain Thieneman, that's a best case, like a best case scenario? Or it's Downs Mesidor? Which one do you like more?
Ooh, Bain Thieneman, Downs Mesidor.
I think I might.
I think I would go Downs Mesidor. I think it is Downs didn't work out for a reason, right?
Yep.
Same as Mekhi Lemon's not going to work out for a reason. It means that Downs was going to run a 4.5 at best. That's what it means.
It's a concern. Yep.
Where was I going with that? But I think that he is one of those guys that it is. Maybe it's corny and maybe it's a made up thing, but just based on everything you hear about him plus the tape. With Downs, like I think that's a culture player.
Yes,
I think that's an identity player.
No
like that's one of those guys that the people around him can be better because he exists.
Yep. And this is a guy too. Like if you're gonna play that role as a star in Nick Saban's defense as a true freshman, like sign me up. Sign me up for that guy.
Stud. Yeah. We're settled on Downs and anyone is what I would go with. Are there other corners? Like what is your order on your corners? Are you still super high on the Florida guy? Like I have him as second round pick. I don't see anybody that loves it. Like
yesterday.
Okay, and that's a little slow. Little slow.
At 6'3", like I can forgive it, but on tape, like he looks faster.
I thought he could really run.
Yeah,
too.
To me, like I saw the movement skills are like unique. And talking with some people, it was like I talked with some scouts yesterday during the workout, and as we were going through, just going through the list of the guys, like who we were excited to watch today, I would point to Miller or to Moore. And they were like, yeah, like that guy's unique skill set.
Yeah.
And it didn't show up necessarily. And then he didn't work out either. So
he's got an injury history.
I know. So that's the concern. But in this class, man, like this is a class where it's kind of devoid of like the true like blue chip level talent.
Yeah.
To me, he has like blue chip flashes on film.
Right.
And so that's a profile I can bet on.
Let me run down my corners and you tell me how many it's okay to take at 20.
Okay.
Because I would take Delane at 12.
Yeah.
Terrell at 20, we both would say absolutely.
For sure. Yep.
Jermod McCoy. Wait,
I think you take him at 20. I think you take him at 20.
Colton Hood at Tennessee.
No, I think I'd let somebody else take him at 20.
Chris Johnson.
No. Not for me. I like him, but I didn't love him.
Brandon Cisse. Cisse.
I actually don't love him for the Christian Parker, Vic Fangio scheme. I think I like if you're gonna play a lot of man, a lot of solo coverage stuff. Like I like him there. I just didn't think he had like a great feel and like a lot of the pattern match, like passing guys off, overlapping in zone coverage.
Is it safe to say we only have 3 guys that we would like at
So
that spot?
Right? Who else? There's.
I mean, that's my 3 first rounders, so
Yeah,
sounds about right.
That's basically it.
All right, tear down my stack. That's my stack real quick.
All right, let's see.
Best players in the draft.
Best
Arvell
player,
Reese,
number one,
Sonny
yep.
Styles, Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, Reuben Bain, David Bailey, Mansour Delane, Francis Maui Noah, Jermod McCoy. Well, we'll talk about Jordan
Yeah,
Tyson. We might have to move Jordan Tyson a little bit. There are people that change when you couple the injury history with 2 months removed from something and you're still not working out. Now I've actually got speed questions and you're not really a detailed route runner. Never mind. Just tear down the first 9.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like to that point. It's one of the things I love about coming here is that there's a lot of groupthink in this industry.
Yeah,
there just is, and it's not just media. It's like even with scouts, like they try their best to avoid groupthink, but there can be a lot of groupthink.
They don't have the balls to put Stukes in the 2nd round like I do.
I'm with you there.
Let's go.
I 2nd round, maybe a little rich, but I like trading Stukes. Now that said, it can be like a little bit of a palate cleanser to come to an event like this, and you see guys go back to back, and you see guys get compared next to each other. Not even like testing standpoint, but the interviews, like all that stuff, and you're like, are we sure Sonny Styles isn't a better overall prospect than Arvell Reese? Like, are we sure that
we're absolutely not, especially now that I'm pretty sure Arvell Reese is absolutely a linebacker.
Right. Well.
And I know Sonny Styles is a better off-ball linebacker. At least I think so.
And that's the thing. If you don't think that Reese is going to be an edge rusher,
Fran. Styles,
there you go. Swap him up. But if you don't think Reese is going to be an edge rusher, if you're going to put him as a backer, to me, like Styles is better though.
Right.
He's ahead of him. And he's bigger. He's more athletic. And he's done it. So it's those kind of things here at this event that are interesting. And sometimes it can be from having conversations with people, but sometimes it's the tangible stuff as well.
Fran, you're a beast. We want everybody to take advantage of our Die Hard sale too. Make sure that you're getting in there so you have access to the Die Hard draft guide. It's incredible the work that Fran does. Fran Duffy, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.